Hey guys, it's Robert, Tall Guy SD, coming at you at the YouTube network.
Do you feel the vibes?
Hey guys, it's Robert. Welcome back. I thought I'd do a quick video. I just got the brand new DJI Mavic Air, and what I thought I'd do is there's a couple settings that you want to make sure you do before you fly it the first time. First thing you want to do, of course, is fully charge your batteries and then download all the firmware that you need to download from DJI. I had to download a firmware update for the drone. I also had to download a firmware update for the app, and I also had to download a firmware update for the controller. Now, once you do that, and let me fire everything up here to show you this. Hope everybody's having a great week. I did get out today and I was able to fly the Mavic Air. Amazing quality, crazy how small it is. This is the DJI Mavic, the full-size one. In comparison, this is the little Air. So the Air is actually in between. It's a little bit smaller, as you can see, than the Mavic, and it's also a little bit bigger than the Spark. But the Air, as you guys will see, and I'll post some video here too, 4K 30, 2.7K, 1080, super slow-mo, I think it's 120. And all this, guys, it's a 4K, as I said before, 30. It is only a Wi-Fi drone. It does not use the OcuSync that the Mavic Pro does. So it is Wi-Fi. Some people have already posted videos on YouTube showing it flying out about 2 kilometers or like 1.4 miles, which is more than enough, I think, for a little drone like this. So let me fire up the app and stuff on the drone so I can show you what I want to tell you. And these are going to just be some quick tips that you need to do before you fly your DJI Mavic Air the first time. So let's jump over to that. Okay, guys, so as you can see here, I'm indoors. I just have my Mavic Air sitting on the table, and it's fired up everything, and it says ready to go. So a couple things that you need to know about on this. When you first turn it on, and we're going to go into the settings here. Under video, under settings here, you'll notice down here at the bottom it says, do you want to format the SD card, and do you want to format internal storage? Now, you should always, when you're flying your drone, I like to format to make sure everything's cleaned up, and it says this SD card has been formatted successful. Okay, so you'll notice here in the settings here it says storage location is SD card. And it says also storage location is internal storage. The default, and this is crucial, guys, the default when you first turn it on is internal storage. Now the drone does come with an 8 gig card built into the drone, so if you forget your SD card you can still record. But what I recommend you do is change this setting over to SD card, because most people are using 32, 64 gig cards, which holds a lot more video. You don't want to be flying and forget to change this, because you could be right in the middle of the video and it would cut out on you. So one of the first things I think is important to do is go into where it says storage location and change it to SD card. Then what you're going to want to do too is, under your settings, you'll notice here, and this is, I'm not sure if this was a mistake by DJI, but you should know about this. Under your sensors here, it says enable forward and backward obstacle sensing. If you turn this on, and I'm going to turn it on to show you this real quick, you'll notice here on the screen it says backward obstacle sensor is not functioning, and it also says let's see here. It's probably because I'm too close. Okay, so you'll see on the screen here, not like the traditional DJI Go 4 app, I have a sensor showing there's stuff in front of my drone, and I have another sensor on the bottom of the screen showing there is stuff behind my drone. This is good and it's bad. If you're flying outside, and I'll be honest with you, I tested this. If you leave these sensors on when you're flying, your drone sees everything in front of it and in back of it, and your drone will do some jerky movement. So I do recommend that you try to fly it with it and without it, just to see what you like. But again, here's the big buyer beware here, or the flyer beware, I'll call it, that you will notice that when I go into my settings for the sensor, I can only turn them all off, or I can only turn them all on. I can't just turn on the front sensors, and I can't just turn on the back ones. The default says, as you can clearly read it, enable forward and backward obstacle sensing. It doesn't just let me enable the forward, and it doesn't let me just enable the backwards. So don't know if this is a good thing or a bad thing. Let's go into advanced vision settings. Maybe it'll let me enable downward positioning. Nope, it's not letting me change it. So I don't know if this is a mistake. Now you'll also notice you have a new icon here for, you have the takeoff icon, you have the quick shots icon, you also have a new one down here. This is your obstacle avoidance. Let's see, it says, when enabled, the aircraft will attempt to automatically avoid obstacles when flying forward with the remote controller. Left and right flight speed and gain will be reduced. Fly with caution and avoid using this function when using, I think it'll tell you low light. Yeah, avoid using this function when you have ambient light or low light or obstacles are too small. So the sensors are good, but they will not pick up things like small branches, power lines, things like that. So I'm going to cancel that. Under the gimbal adjustment, you'll notice here I changed some things. What's cool in the new setup here is you can actually set up 3 different configurations for your gimbal. This is different. So you have configuration 1, 2, and 3. And you'll notice here on my gimbal pitch, I have it at, it says 1 to 100. I have it at 20. And then I have gimbal start stop buffer. I have it at 10. And then if you also, it says extend gimbal tilt limit. If you want to point it up, it'll do that. I fly, I'm a US citizen, or I fly in America, so I use mode 2. Okay, so also under your advanced settings, you have exponential, you have sensitivity, and you have gain. You'll notice I have my throttle down, and my rotate left and my back left are now, I've changed them all to 0.20. I think this is just smoother, so when you're flying, your little drone isn't as jerky. So those are my settings for Expo. These are your settings for yaw endpoint and brake and attitude. You'll notice the attitude is 100%, the brake is at 90. Let's move that down to about 75. And let's do the yaw endpoint. Let's move this down to about 60. Done. Okay. Gain, pitch, roll. These are all at 100%. Don't change those. And that's about it. Oh, under camera settings, I'll show you the settings I use under video. 4K 30 video format. Now on video format, if you did not know, you have 2 options. You have MP4 and you have movie. Movie is if you are editing on a Macintosh, and if you're editing like me on a PC, most of the time do MP4. It's just a file that's easier to run for PC, so do that. Those are all my settings, guys. Oh, another quick thing here. Under your video settings, let's switch over to video again. Under your video settings, you'll notice here for white balance, I have auto. Try not to use auto. If you're flying outside, use sunny. If it's cloudy, use cloudy. If it's incandescent indoors, do that. Try to match your lighting per a preset. Do not use auto. What happens when you use auto is you will see the white and the black thing goes up and down and up and down. It is always trying to correct itself to overcompensate it, so don't do that. I recommend if you're flying outside on a sunny day, hit sunny and don't use auto. Factory default is auto and it's okay, but I think you get a little bit of washed out if you do use auto. So use sunny if you're outside on a sunny day and so on. Do that. And then that's about it, guys. Hey guys, thanks for watching the video. Please do me a favor, if you're not a subscriber, hit that subscribe button. Pound that little bell if you want to get updates on your mobile phone when I'm updating videos once a week. Thanks for watching again, guys. See you next week. Tall Guy SD.
Do you feel the vibe?